Welcome back once again on the historical visit of His Excellency King of Spain, King Philippe VI, and Queen Letizia. Egypt-Spain Business Forum kicked off on Thursday with the participation of Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli and Spanish King Philip VI. Addressing the forum, the Prime Minister said the economic reform program that Egypt has followed or contributed to achieving development targets that were put by the state and succeeded in attracting direct investment in different domains and providing a suitable environment for business. The Prime Minister pointed out to the fact that Egypt offers investment incentives in light of development plan in 2030. He added that Egyptian-Spanish partnership entered new horizons, referring to joint cooperation in various fields. On top of them is transport, generating renewable energy, and assembling plasma, pointing to the role of Spanish agency in irrigation and water fields. He also addressed the forum. Spain's king said that Egypt is the land that endorsed all races. He said this forum is an opportunity to boost economic partnerships between Egypt and Spain. He also said that Egypt is an important meeting point between Asia, Europe, and Africa that enjoys a great economic role. Egypt and Spain have enjoyed decades of deep-rooted relations of cooperation and friendship, marked by shared vision, particularly regarding enhancing coordination between countries of southern and northern Mediterranean in light of challenges facing the Middle East and the region as a result of ongoing crises in several countries. Furthermore, Egypt represents strategic investment opportunities for Spanish companies in key sectors such as renewable energy, agricultural technologies, infrastructure, railway transport, water treatment, construction, tourism, and financial services, among others. The country is firmly committed to economic diversification and sustainable development, establishing itself as an attractive platform for companies that are seeking to expand into Africa and the Arab world in a context of increasing the trade openness and strengthened bilateral cooperation with Spain. Also, earlier on Wednesday, the President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, and Egypt's First Lady, Her Excellency Mrs. Intisar al-Sisi, they received the visiting King Philippe and also Queen Letizia at the Ittihadiyya Presidential Palace in Cairo on Wednesday. During the meeting, he and the Spanish monarch, they reviewed means, of course, the President and the Spanish monarch, they reviewed means of boosting the joint cooperation between Egypt and Madrid in various domains, in addition to a number of regional issues of mutual concern, including the latest development in the ongoing Israeli assault, of course, on the Gaza Strip. Also, the President and King Philippe confirmed their full rejection of the displacement of compulsive displacement of the Palestinians from their land, warning that such a move would lead to a liquidation of the Palestinian cause and also the instability in the Middle East, as well as the causing the flow of unprecedented illegal immigration towards Europe. They also called for an immediate ceasefire in the Gaza Strip and release of prisoners and hostages and the flow of sufficient humanitarian aid without any obstacles. Meanwhile, the Spanish monarch also visited the parliament and met with its speaker, Councillor Hanafi Gebeli, who hailed the distinguished ties binding the two friendly and welcomed the Spanish king in his historic visit to Egypt, which comes after President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi's visit to Spain last February. Al-Gebeli expressed his willingness to enhance parliamentary ties as well as the coordination at regional and international levels, especially in light of Egypt's parliament handing over the presidency of the Parliament Assembly for Mediterranean from the Spanish parliament. He hailed Spanish positive positions that consolidate Arab causes, coming on top of which is the Palestinian cause, and hailed Spain's support to Egypt in its candidacy to the UNESCO, calling for candidating the candidate Khalid Al-Anani. Also, for his part, the Spanish king asserted the king ties between Egypt and Spain, which have been embodied through a number of cooperation agreements in various domains. He also expressed appreciation for Egypt's pivotal and strategic role in supporting safety and stability in the region. Of course, as we all know, that the Egypt-Spain Business Forum kicks off in Cairo with the attendance of the king, and of course there is a great bouquet or a package of fields of economic partnership that are awaiting the two sides and of course agreements and the memorandum of understandings, and a lot of economic and investment partnerships to be taken, because Egypt according to the words of the King of Spain, is a wide open market for foreign investment and a very good opportunity to strike economic partnerships, especially with the latest renovations taken. Very delighted to be having with us over the phone Mr. Amr Hamid, the economic analyst. Hello.
Good morning.
Good afternoon, Mr. Hamid, Dr. Hamid.
Yes. Good afternoon.
How are you doing, sir? So actually, as you can see, with the attendance of King Philippe VI and of course Prime Minister Dr. Mustafa Madbouli, a huge Egypt-Spain Economic Forum was held, where a package of agreements and topics were discussed. How do you see the future of Spanish-Egyptian economic cooperation, which sectors hold the greatest potential?
It's very important first to note the importance of Spain as a unique country vis-a-vis Egypt, from not only from an economic standpoint but from different perspectives. Number one, because Spain is the only country in the EU that combines the culture and the civilization of the West and the East as well. Till now, Spain is very much affected by the Arab, the Oriental rule of Spain for 700 years, and this is reflected in the culture itself. That's number one. Number two is another very important point, is that we always have to remember that Spain as a country is divided into three different regions. The south of Spain, mainly Madrid and the south, and then Catalonia, which is the industrial strength of Spain, and then the Basque, which is the north of Spain. We should always remember also that the Queen Mother of the present king was brought up in Alexandria,
of course.
Egypt. So yeah, so these are very important. Now, to answer your interesting question, the importance of the cooperation between Egypt and Spain, there is, first of all, that what I've just explained represents a strategic gateway for Egypt to strengthen its economic relations with the EU in general. Through Spain, Egypt offers access to the Arab and African markets and key trade routes, of course, the Suez Canal, and overlooking the Mediterranean and the Red Sea, which that's why it is like a gateway to the heart of Africa.
Right, Dr. Hamid, let me get in here and point out to the fact that Prime Minister Madbouli during this forum pointed out that Egypt is offering investment incentives in light of the development of Plan 2030. He added that the Spanish partnership entered new horizons. He referred to fields of cooperation like transport, generating renewable energy, assembling plasma, the role of the Spanish agency in the irrigation and water fields. There were talks about all those fields during that forum. If you like to shed light on this.
Of course, yeah, the key investment opportunities or areas for Spanish investors in Egypt, number one, the renewable energy, especially the wind and solar farms in Suez Canal in Upper Egypt and North Coast. And when we speak about the south of Egypt, we should always remember the Bimban project. And then number two, the transport and logistics sector, the port investment, East Port of, I want to say East Port Said, and then Ain Sokhna, and then to strengthen the global trade route. Number three, in the tourism and hospitality, the resource management expertise for the Red Sea and the Mediterranean coasts. And there is no doubt that Egypt represents a very special attraction to the Spanish tourists. Number four is in the field of agriculture and food processing. And with respect, there is an application of precision irrigation and mechanization in the Delta and East Owainat as well in the south of Egypt. And this is an area where Spain has a very special expertise. And very important also in the education and skill development, something that is key for the Egyptian development through the establishment of vocational centers and joint research and development hubs.
Right. King Philippe said that Egypt is an important meeting point. Its strategic, of course, position on the map, geographically speaking, Egypt lies between Asia, Europe, and Africa, and that is also qualifying Egypt for a great economic role. Talk to us about the importance of Egypt's geographical spot on the map, and how historically this has qualified Egypt over the years to be able to be on the middle of the economic map, and also most of the countries have interest in Egypt and have their eyes set on that very dear land.
Yeah, of course. I mean, the location of Egypt, the strategic geopolitical role of Egypt and the geo-economic role of Egypt is very important now, especially we already spoke about the strategic gateway, but we can also speak here about technology and expertise transfer. As you know, Spain's advanced capabilities in renewable energy, transport and digitalization can accelerate Egypt's development goals, and also economic diversification, the collaboration strengthens Egypt's non-oil sectors and supports Spain's outreach to fast-growing emerging markets. And then the geopolitical stability, the stronger economic ties reinforce Euro-Mediterranean stability and regional security. What is important also, again, is the role of Egypt between the three continents, Africa, Europe, and Asia. That's very important to realize as well. So, and to explore it as a gateway to the heart of Africa again, and also strengthening the economic commercial ties between the African countries and the EU from one side, and also with Asian countries from the other side.
Exactly. When we look at the Spanish-Egyptian relations and look at Egypt in particular, we see that Egypt represents a strategic investment opportunity for Spanish companies in key sectors in light of renewable energy, agricultural technologies, infrastructure. We have also the railway transport, the water treatment, the construction and tourism, and most of the financial services, among others. Let us talk about all those fields which the Spanish companies are setting their eyes on, and which particular fields that could hold some cooperation, economic cooperation and investment opportunities between the two sides.
Here we should pinpoint the Spanish leadership as a global experience, especially in turbine manufacturing and offshore wind technology. And in this respect, there are opportunities, of course, for the two countries to cooperate through establishing turbine production facilities in Egypt, and of course, the following job creation and local industry development and building joint wind farms for domestic power and export through Egypt-Europe interconnection, and then also create training programs to develop skilled Egyptian workforce. And if you want, we can also add to this, for example, the metro system, joint operations and management of Cairo Metro, new electric trains, and new administrative capital transfer, and then the railways, of course, and in agriculture and food processing, the application of precision irrigation and mechanization. And we have also spoken about education, which is a very special field from my perspective, where Egypt can profit from the vocational training and the development in the training aspect, in the Spanish training aspect, to be applied
exactly.
in general.
On that note, of course, Dr. Amr Hamid, the economic expert, I'd like to thank you so much talking to us on Nile International. Stay tuned for more coming up on Nile TV.